Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TIS. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Topic I'm going to talk to you today about is Kandi and the Gang. Kandi and the Gang was really funny this past Sunday. It started off with Kandi outside making a TikTok video. Yeah, making a TikTok video with the old lady gang, and Aunt Nora said, "What we doing? What we doing?" Kandi said, "We making a TikTok video." Oh, I forgot to say. I forgot to do my intro. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs. If you like my channel, please subscribe. I was just saying, Mama, Aunt Nora was saying, what is TikTok? And then Kandi said, it's a video. You're gonna take a video. So they were taking the TikTok videos, and Bertha was looking kind of funny. And then Kandi was asking them a couple of questions, and then Kandi said, "Well, who's most likely to go to the strip club?" And Aunt Nora and Aunt Bertha said, "Not me." And then Mama Joyce kind of raised her hand a little bit. They said, "Yeah, Mama Joyce, Mama Joyce." And then it switched to the next scene where Patrick showed up at Brian's apartment, and then Brian told Patrick that Torin was supposed to be coming. He said, "Oh, Torin coming?" He said, "Yeah, Torin coming." So they walked upstairs to I guess to some kind of bar area or whatever it was, and they got to talking. And Patrick asked Brandon, "What's going on?" And Brandon said, "What's going on with you?" And then Brandon said, "Well, you know about we doing the housewarming party." He said, "Yeah, how's that going?" He said, "Me and Shawdrea went to look for some furniture, but we couldn't find nothing we like." And then he finally said, "Well, Safari didn't like none of the furniture." And so he said, "What about you?" He said, "Well, man, they caught me on camera." He said, "What? Caught you on camera?" He said, "Yeah, Don Juan showed Kandi and Todd a video of me and Dominique making out." So you and Dominique making out? He said, "Yeah." Say, "I thought I was gonna get fired, but they didn't fire me. They said it was up to me. They said one of us was gonna have to leave. It was gonna either be me or Dominique." He just sit up there and told a lie, Brandon, and stuff like that. He told Don Juan and Philip that what you call should leave, that Dominique should leave, or maybe they should show Dominique that tape. But anyway, he said, and then anyway, in his confessional, Patrick said, "Well, I don't know why they trying to stop true love. They need to let true love go on." Kandi and Todd dated while they was on Real Housewives of Atlanta and stuff like that. And didn't nobody say nothing. And so right after that, it switched to the next scene where they showed Dominique showing up at the restaurant with Shawdrea, and they got to talking, and Shawdrea said, "You know, I got in trouble." And then Dom say, "What you got in trouble for?" She said, Don Juan told me that Don Juan said that I was caught on camera. Saying something about Kandi and Todd's restaurant, saying they don't care nothing about their restaurant. And Dominique asked Shawdrea, "Did you really say that?" And Shawdrea said, "I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that." And then the scene switched back. The scene switched back to Brandon and switch back to Brandon them and Patrick say, "I thought you said Torin was coming." He said, "Yeah, let me call Torin and see what's going on." So Brandon called Torin. Torin say, "Well, I think I'm here. I think I'm at the right place." He said, "Yeah, come on up." So they came on up and they got to talking. And then Torin say, "Well, what did I miss?" And Brandon said, "Well, I was just telling Patrick that I got caught making out with Dominique on video camera And he said, what? He said, I guess they really kept cracking down on that fraternization. He said, yeah. He said, they giving it up to me. If one of us gonna have to leave, we're gonna have to be either me or either Dominique. He said, oh man. He said, and then Torin said, well, Dominique didn't really change you, huh? Brandon. Brandon said, nah, I changed myself. I've always been a family man. I want a wife and kids. And then that's when Patrick chimed in and talking about he wants some kids and a wife too. And then Patrick say, and then Torin said, Patrick, you ain't even got engaged to the girl yet. Y'all only been dating a year, y'all, and you talking about kids already. But I'm just saying. He said, nah, man, you ain't even asked the girl for an engagement ring. You ain't even engaged to the girl yet. You talking about kids, and I'm glad that, because I don't know why some men think that because they date a woman and stuff like that, they want to hurry up and jump up and have kids and all that kind of stuff. And half the time, some men are participants, and in the family unit as far as taking care of kids, and then some men just want the women to take care of the kids, and they just supply the financial stuff. So yeah, you got to watch that. And anyway, it switched back to Shawdrea and Dominique at the restaurant, and Dominique said, well, I got in trouble too with those cameras and stuff. She said, yeah, how did you get in trouble? She said Brandon came to my job, my studio job, while I was dancing, and told me that Don Juan showed Kandi and Torin a picture of me and him making out, and said, oh, y'all was making out. She said, yeah. He said and then Shawdrea said, yeah. And then they got ready to leave the restaurant, and they said, oh, that blank ring camera is a spy on us, getting everybody in trouble. Yeah, and they started laughing about it. And then they switched to the next scene, where it was the restaurant, and they showed Rashado and Shawdrea at the hostess area, and then they showed where they had water out over the floor, and they showed Don Juan and Philip trying to clean up the water and mop up the water and stuff. And so Brandon came in, walked in and showed up, and Philip said, oh, Brandon here. And then while it was at the thing, Shawdrea told Brandon, you need to go and help them. They need help. Brandon just walked around and didn't do nothing and stuff like that. And then Philip said in the confessional, one thing you could say about Brandon, he gonna show up, but once he gets here, he hardly ever done anything. If Brandon would have been working in a real restaurant organization, and he would have walked in and not helped, they would have immediately told him to come in the office and wrote him up, or they would have told him to go home. So I don't know why. A lot of people don't know why Kandi and them keeping Brandon. Maybe Brandon is good for TV or whatever, but Brandon is shown now a good manager. And then they switched to the next scene where Torin, Shawdrea, and Brian went to the wig shop. Brian was trying to find some wigs that he could wear to I guess to the housewarming party. And what happened, he tried on the first wig, and he said, ooh, this is a wig that Auntie Nora would want to wear. She liked these type of wigs. And then he tried on another wig, and then he said, oh, this will be Aunt Bertha right here. And Torin and Shawdrea bust out laughing, and they said, what about Mama Joyce? He said, well, I really can't say too much about Mama Joyce, but I know one thing, Mama Joyce would always pick out a wig with some bangs. You know, Mama Joyce like them classic wigs. And so what happened, they showed Torin putting on a afro curly type wig. Then they showed him putting on a long wig with bangs. Then they showed Shawdrea putting on a wig over a wig, and they all got to bust out laughing. And then they say, Brian, you gonna buy a wig? Brian said, I ain't seen nothing like, I ain't gonna buy no wig. And Shawdrea said, well, I like this hat, I'm gonna purchase this hat. And then they walked out the store. And then let me pause this, because I need a drink of water right quick. I'm back, and it switched to the next scene. The next scene was they showed Shawdrea at Media Production Studios taking pictures for a photo shoot for eyeglass wear. Now, one thing I could say about Kandi also, is that she helps her castmates promote their business from episode 1 all the way to episode 7. Brian has been talking about his egg rolls, and they mentioned, I think, last week about Shawdrea had an eyewear because Torin was modeling him, and then they've also talked about touring business. So she is giving her employees a shine with their little small business. And then it switched to the next scene. After that, it switched to the next scene where Patrick and Melvin was cleaning up the apartment for people to come, and Melvin said, "This part over here is my area. Nobody will get in this area." So that was the kitchen area, and then Patrick told me he ain't got that much cleaning to do. He gotta clean the bathroom, but he don't want nobody in the bathroom. So he put a sign in there: nobody come in his bathroom. Nobody coming to use his bathroom. I'll put it like that. And then he made that sign, and then he took the toilet paper out the bathroom, and then next thing you know, Torin showed up, and Torin say, "Y'all gonna help me get the stuff out of the car?" Melvin said, I gotta go to the barber shop. And then after that, he said, "Patrick, you gonna help me?" And then Patrick helped him. And then after that, the next scene they showed was Patrick and Melvin arriving at Kandi's house for the bake off. And then right after that, Mama Joyce and the old lady gang came to the bake off, and Todd walked in, and Todd said, "Well, who you think is gonna win? Who you think is gonna win the baking contest?" Todd said. Kandi said, "I really don't know. All of them could cook. All of them sell good cakes." So they started off with Nora's cake, and Nora had a coconut cake. Then too many people like coconut, and then the second cake was Mama Joyce. She had an angel food cake. Patrick talking about, "It tastes all right, but I don't like that sauce." And then Mama Joyce said, "There ain't no sauce. That's some whipped cream or some cream." And so after that, they went to Aunt Bertha's cake, and everybody said, "Ooh, Aunt Bertha's cake tastes all right." It was a pound cake, but Mama Joyce's cake won. Mama Joyce's cake won, and Todd said, "Well, whoever cake win, they was gonna be on the dessert menu at the restaurant." And so we went to the confessional, and that Nora say, "Well, Bertha had made better cakes than that, and she burnt her first cake." And then Aunt Nora say, "Well, to me, our grandchildren shouldn't be judges because they're gonna vote for that grandmother, not gonna vote for taste." And I'm looking at, wait a minute, Kandi shouldn't have been a judge either because Kandi voted for her mama, and then that's how they was able to win. And so after that, it switched back to the next scene where Safari showed up, and she said, "Ooh, who did this? Who did these decorations?" And that's when Patrick said, "What you call did these decorations? Torin, he did a good job." Yes, he did a much better job than you. I think she realized now that she should have went on and got to do the Torin to do the decorations in the party. He had to do the party anyway. And then they showed them bringing the food into the party and stuff, and setting up the bar. And they showed where Brian showed up with his egg rolls. And then right after that, the old lady gang came. They brought some gifts. And they brought some gifts to the housewarming party, and then Todd and Kandi came in, and then everybody looked around, and they were saying, "Is anybody else gonna come?" And they said, "Yeah, Brandon and Dominique's supposed to come. We don't know if they're coming. We don't know if they're coming separate or apart." Then the next scene switched to where Dominique and Brandon met up with Shawdrea and June at a restaurant, and Dominique said, "This is the way it's gonna go. Me and Brandon gonna go in first and check out everything, and then after that, we're gonna go in first and check out everything, and then after that, And then after that, y'all could walk into the thing. They said, okay, okay. And so before that, Shawdrea was on the phone with Dominique, and she asked Dominique. Dominique told her she was shopping for a gift, and she told Dominique that she wasn't gonna get a gift. The gift was her. The gift was her surprise. I mean, the gift was her presence being there. And then after that, it switched back. It switched back to the housewarming party, and so Brian sung, and Brian was all off tune, and Don Juan said, "Ooh, Brian needs to work on his pitch." And everybody, if looks could kill, everybody was saying. Philip was shaking his head. So yeah, Brian is a good comedian, is good cook, but as far as singing, he gonna have to work on that. And then after that, after Brian got to singing, that's when Dominique say, well, we got some guests outside. They said, her guests outside, and she said, yeah, it was she said Shawdrea and June outside, they waiting. And then Safari was gonna say, well, they can stay outside. And then they kept waiting, and then Kandi told Patrick, did you tell Shawdrea that she was uninvited? I ain't got their phone number, Patrick. I ain't got their phone number, And then production showed all the kind of times that he could have told, and even Kandi said he could have told at the team meeting. And then that's when Dominique chimed in and said, "No, you invited all of us originally at the dinner, and you didn't tell me that she was uninvited." Torin said, "I didn't think she was uninvited." And then so Kandi said, "Well, what it is, you go out there and you tell Dominique that she's uninvited, and it was a misunderstanding." So when he went out there, Ricciardo said, "You should go out there. Dominique." And then I heard some noise in the background, and one YouTuber I watched said that it seemed like it was Kandi telling her, shaking her head, and she looking over there at Kandi. She didn't go. So it was like Patrick and Safari went out there with Torin. And Patrick said, well, you know, Shawdrea, I had to uninvite you, you know, because when I invited you to the thing, I hadn't talked to Safari yet. But after I talked to Safari, you was uninvited. She said, oh, okay. And then Torin chimed in and said, Shawdrea, if I would have known that, I wouldn't even said nothing. He said, yeah, I know you came here to support me, but she said, that's all right. Come on, June, let's go. June said, this is a bunch of crap. We've been staying out here for 30 minutes, and she didn't text us and let us know nothing and stuff. And so when they got back in the party, Kandi said, well, what went on? He said, well, they went on left. They was nice about it and stuff. And then Torin said, well, I'm sorry because I asked Shawdrea to come to support me what I was doing. And then so she talking about, and then so she had a funny look on her face, Safari and stuff. She thought about, you something else, Torin. You something else. Torin said, no, I ain't nothing else than my friend. And then the show went off. So this is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a T.I. is. I am out.